Hi everyone, welcome to our new video. Today we're going to learn something good. I guess we did a couple of videos about this topic, but now we find out like some of people were not happy because we're using a different version of Kali Linux. So we were using that Kali Linux for not this time. We're gonna use 2020.3. So that's the version most people use because it's the latest by this time. So now the idea is to make sure that we covered each and every Kali Linux, like this recent release, how to change that, because each and every release they do different things in different ways. Some things change, some don't change. So we also covered a while back on how to change it using command prompt, but this time we're going to use graphical user interface to see if we can fix that in a good way so that everybody gets happy. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna jump into that now. So you have to go to your settings, you click here, or you can click the you can press the Windows button, so it will bring you this window, which is a beautiful window. So I just installed this operating system today, and a couple of things are new to me, but anyway, one of the most important thing was time to me. So you can see time, and I'm not in that place where time is like that. So now what changed here, you're gonna see some tricks on how to play with the time of your country, or where you want to be, or even if you want to use a time for different country, like you guys who get jobs overseas and they tell you you're gonna have a meeting at this time, and now you have time in your own countries what set, but now what you got to do is to put into to change the time to that country whereby you got the job, so that you don't miss your interviews and also some some deadlines. So to avoid that, you just have to set the time to their own time zone, so that you don't miss out on things like that. So when you're here, you can click on what they say settings, and in settings you go to setting manager. Let's try that for now. Once you're there, you can let me take this window away from us because it's giving some trouble to me. That's what I see. You can play with a lot of things. Here we say clipboard manager. When you're there, actions, history, we can't see anything there. We go to desktop. Once you don't see anything you want here, you can see even they change the images here. So beautiful. You go back here and say notifications. You don't see nothing there. We say applications, we don't see nothing there. You click on back to settings, you click on panel, and then you say appearance. When you say appearance, it shows background image and all that. Once you go to items, if you click on items, you will see launcher, and we don't see anything here. Show separator, show desktop. Okay, we click, scroll down, and down here that's where we're gonna find the clock. Then on the clock, that's when you're gonna double click that, and here you can type in just your country. Let me see, England, because my country is not there. Okay, why it doesn't work? I'm trying to say capital letter in England. There's no England here. Britain, I see Brazil, Great Britain. Yeah, you can see GB. I think GB stands for Great Britain. So so when you select Great Britain, you're gonna see the time in Great Britain. Now this is the time there. Okay, so once you don't get that right, so in case we're looking for South Africa, we cannot get that country. So once you put in S, you're gonna only get Singapore. What about when we look into the cities which are in South Africa? We can say Cape Town. When you look at Cape, you can see Canada Central, whatever. So they never gave us Cape Town. But you can see there's Cuba down here. Cuba, yes, we have Cuba. Once you click on Cuba, you're gonna get the right term in Cuba. It changes automatically. So if you can't see anything else there, so what are we gonna do? No, for instance, you don't find your country. So what you're going to do is, sometimes if you're familiar with things like time and countries, you might know which country has the same time with you. So with your country, so you look for that country. It could be famous than your country, and then you can get that. So if you say USA, we don't get a USA, but if you say, let me say US, you get US. Yes, US Alaska, US Arizona, Central, East Indiana, we see Hawaii, Indiana, SWAT, Michigan, Mountain, and US Pacific, US Samoa. A lot of things here come if you say US, but if you say put USA, you can see that's where the flop is. So if you put USA, you can never get your time frame. So now when we say Canada, they put Canada there. When we say London, we don't see London, but if we say New York, okay, let me say Hawaii. They can't. I wonder the search is not that 100% fine. But look at, we can see Hong Kong, because Hong Kong is regarded as a country. That's why it comes. And in China they call it Hong Kong. They see Hong Kong as a city. Okay. So now once you do that, the next step to do is to, let me say China. Why is not in? Because one thing, capital letter China, SHIN, China is not there. I wonder why. But then maybe if we say Beijing, there's no Beijing. Maybe when we say Shanghai, it's not there. So what can we do? So we might say maybe time in do you think time in Hong Kong is the same as in China mainland? If it's the same, then you can use Hong Kong, or you can use South Korea. We don't say Korea, we can say Korea. We don't say Korea. How do they call them? Maybe the way they named these names here is different, but this is what you do as I've showed you. You can also click here. Let's see if there's, let me say Egypt comes. So after that, let's try to click here. I thought this gonna bring us something, but nothing's going on here. By default, I believe if I could click here, I could get maybe a list of countries or something like that. You get me? So the trick is simple. You look for a country which is close to your country. For instance, we're gonna look for one country here, Lesotho. It's not there. Most of Libya, we have Libya. So we can check and put Libya. I don't know what time is in Libya. So once you look at Russia, the thing here, I believe they did name the countries in differently. So if you're looking for Russia, maybe it can be Republic of something, Federal Republic of Russia, something, I don't know. So man, if we can look for Siberia, now we see Singapore. We can look for German, can see German. Okay, GMT. Okay, also we can look for GMT. Okay, if you know those things, you can look for GMT. Okay, Now this is one of the bad thing about Kali Linux. Linux flavors, they don't have good search like the way you search in Windows. I don't know, maybe it's me who doesn't know how to search, but in Windows, once you do those things, you get them quicker. So that's the way how to change. I'm sorry, to how to change time zone in Kali Linux 2020.3. So I'm gonna use Egypt as my country because it's the same time with my country. Here down you can change the format, custom, or you can use PM, or like whatever you can use here. And digital, fizzy, binary, you can check time. It's gonna be binary. If you want a binary, if you can understand that is time, you can get it. If you can say digital, you can get that. If you can say analog, let's see, analog looks beautiful, but it not also is giving prompts. Fizzy, you can see half 11, okay, that gives you words. LCD, okay, it gives you the same. This, I think this is beautiful than what you can expect. So I believe that is good for now, and I believe I'm gonna conclude my tutorial here. Guys, don't forget to, let me see, you can use flash separator. You can take it out, you can put it there. Okay, show AM or PM, you can see PM, AM, you can see all of this. You can see that after when you've done that. Sure guys, thanks for watching. This is the end of our tutorial. I hope that helps. You can now see how to, you've learned how to change your time zone in the latest Kali Linux. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, guys. I think I'm closing now.